Hello, I'm Jagan from Grow with Data. Welcome to the Crack SQL Interview in 50 question series. In this video series, we'll practice 50 SQL questions across various topics. You can use the playlist Crack SQL Interview in 50 questions to follow the videos related to this series. For each video in the series, you can find the related code on my GitHub. Feel free to explore the code and provide any feedback in the comment section. If you want to see the code, you know the drill. Go to the YouTube channel Grow with Data. You can click on any video, and in the description part, you have the link to the GitHub. So if you click on the link, it will take you to the GitHub page where you have the create statement and all the SQL we discussed in this video. And if you want to go with the playlist, then you can go to the playlist, and now we are talking about Crack SQL Interview in 50 question playlist. We have other playlists also. If you want to join the WhatsApp channel, then in the description part, you have the link for the WhatsApp channel. You can click this and you can join the Grow with Data WhatsApp channel. Great. Now let's see the code and we can talk about the question in detail. So this is going to be the 28th video of the series, and we are going to continue with the sorting and grouping method. So we are given a table, MyNumber. Let's create the table. So we are asked to find the biggest single number without duplicates. So let me put the questions at the top. So we are asked to find the biggest single number without duplicates. So if you see this table, 8 is appearing more than once, 3 is appearing more than once, but the last 4 appears only once. So out of this 4 which appears only once, which is the biggest single number? So 6 is going to be the biggest single number, and we have to get the output as 6. If it's going to be 8 as a single occurrence of number, then 8 will be the output. Okay, so we have to first find the single occurring number, and then we have to get which is the biggest number out of that single occurring number. Okay, let's comment this and see how to address this question. There are many ways to address this, and in this video we are touching few points. The first approach is going to be the basic subquery. So first we have to find what are all the numbers which appears once. So how will I do that? I can just say select num count star from MyNumbers. This is the table, right? Group by the number. If you run this, I can get all the numbers and how many times it occurs. 8 and 3 occurs twice, and all other are occurring once. So if you want to filter this, instead of using where condition, if you do aggregate, then using the having count star equal to 1. If it is equal to 1, then I will get only the last 4. Right? So we are not going to consider the count. We don't need to see it. So we can just have select number from the table, group by num is the first column, and having the count star equal to 1. If you say greater than 1, then the 8 and 3 will occur. Okay, so this is the basic SQL. Use this as a CTE table. You can say with single numbers as. So this will be stored in this single numbers CTE table, and we can use that select num from single numbers. So this will bring me all the numbers from the single num. If I want to get the max of it, I simply say max of num. So out of this 4, the max will going to get me 6. Right? Great. So in the previous video, I told you we don't have to use the CTE table if you are going to use this only once, right? It's not going to make much difference. So what I can do, I can copy this, and instead of CTE table, I can use this as a subquery table. Select from, instead of single nums, I can use the table here. So this is also going to give me Oh, we have to give alias name. So this will also give me the same result. So I don't have to use a CT table. Okay. So this is the first approach, to use a subquery. Okay. So let's put this way. Approach 1 is going to be the subquery. And next approach, we can use the in function. Approach 2 is going to be the in function. So how will the in function work? The same like this, we can first get all the numbers which appears once. Okay. So this will give all the numbers which appears once. And then I am going to use select num from this table where the num in, and then you can use this one as a subset. So we get all the numbers which appears once as a subset, and then we are going to select the numbers which is going to exist in the single occurring number, right? So you get all the numbers 1, 4, 5, 6. So of that you can get the max of number, right? So here the disadvantage is you are using the num table twice. First you get the whole data set to find the single occurring number, and then you are going to have another set to make sure all the numbers which you are looking for should exist in the subquery, and then you take the max out of it. But the previous one we use the my number only once, right? So this is the in function. Same way we can use the negative part of it. Like instead of saying in, I can use not in. So how will the not in work? So currently we say get me the numbers which occurs once, right? Same way I can say not in the list where the number occurs more than once, right? So if you see this subquery, it's going to give me all the numbers. Select now count greater than 1. Something is going out. Manual that corresponds to not in select num. Okay. Okay. Something in the bracket. So first I'll get all the numbers which appears more than once, and then I'm going to tell the upper SQL saying that, hey, get me all the numbers which are not in the set of numbers which appears more than once, and get the max out of it. So that will give me 6. So instead of in, I can use a not in also. And again going to be the same. You're going to use the same table twice. Okay. So this is another way of doing it, in and not in. And the third approach is going to be the case statement. So how will the case statement work? First you get all the numbers which appears once. Select case when the count of number equal to 1, then you say the number. Else 0 or else none is okay, or you can just close it here. End as num from MyNumbers table. Since we use the count star, we simply say group by num. Okay. So if you see this, the 8, you can just put the number 8 and 3 will appear null, and all the numbers are going to be like this. Now if I take a maximum out of this, or I can simply say order by 1 descending. So order 1 is the first column. If I say descending, the bigger number comes first, and the numbers which appears more than once becomes null, and I can get 6514 in the descending order. I can say limit 1. Limit 1 means it will get only one record. That means the top record will be shown. If I say limit 2, it will get 2 records, right? So I don't need 2. So 2 will 6 and 5 will come, but I don't need 2. I can get only 1 because I need the top number. So I get only 6, right? So this is the normal case statement. How will I do it in the if statement? If statement is same like the case statement. Let me copy this. A small change in the syntax. Instead of saying case, then say if in bracket count num equal to 1, then comma. So we have null, right? You can just put null or whatever value you want to put. N as num. Same way, if you run this, no need for n, sorry. Same case statement can be replaced with the if statement. So whichever you are comfortable with, you can try this. If you add multiple conditions if statement, it's going to be a weird one. But case statement, it will be more helpful when you have multiple conditions. That's the only thing. But in this scenario, both works the same. Okay. Now, our favorite Windows function. How will I do a Windows function in this scenario? Let's select num from, we can just do the normal thing and we add the Windows function to it, okay? From this, group by 1, when you run this, what happens? It will just group all this, right? Now, if you say having count of num or count star equal to 1, will filter 8 and 3 because that appears twice, right? So this is the basic SQL. Now I'm going to add the Windows function, get the max of num from this list. Okay, so whatever 1, 4, 5, 6, get me the max number over order by number descending order, DESC, right? As maximum number. Since it's the Windows function, we don't have to worry about the aggregate. This aggregate function is going to be only for this count star. Okay. So now if you see, out of all the 4 numbers, which one is the maximum one, right? So 6 is the maximum and it will be shown in all the rows. You can use this as the CTE table with single numbers as. That's what we tried the first one, right? You can say select maximum num, right, from the single nums. So if you say maximum nums, you get the maximum num out of all the numbers which occurs once. But the problem is you have all the rows carrying that maximum num. So if I say simply say select maximum num, it will bring in all the times, like 4 times means it will bring in 4. So to restrict this, I simply say distinct of maximum num, we say as num. Okay, so the output is going to be 6. Again, I told you in the previous video, we don't have to use distinct. We can simply say group by 1. Even that will get me the distinct of it. Okay, so we have multiple ways of approaching this one. We start with a single subquery and use that as a CTE table, or we can use a subquery table and get the result, or you can use the in function where you first get all the numbers occur once and use that as the filter condition, or you can say not in and you can reverse the filter condition, get all the bad numbers or unwanted numbers and say the required number should not be in the list. The third one is in the case statement, you filter which one is required and then get the limit option and filter out only the top one. Same way, case statement can be replaced by the if statement. The last or favorite is a Windows function where you can get all the numbers which occurs once and then use the max function, max Windows function to get the max number out of all the filtered numbers and use that as a CTE table to get the required results. So you can try whichever is good for you. There might be multiple other ways you can try with this data set and let me know which one you prefer. And hope you like this video and thanks for watching.